Hey guys, I hope you're all well. Right, excuse me. Here we go, I'm doing it. I didn't think getting a different bike would create so much interest, but it has. I have had messages after messages, people asking me, come on, what you got? It's been crazy. As some crazy old fool in a garden shed generates this amount of interest when he changes his bike. But hey-oh, it's all fun and games. Right, this is probably going to cause discussion. Fors, definitely against, of why I've got one of these. I've got one of these because I've always liked them. And back when I got the BMW 5 years ago, one of these was on my shortlist. And it's only because the BMW came for the right price I ended up with a BMW. And I'm glad I did end up with a BMW because it was a remarkable bike. We've got to see how this one goes. But it's definitely a box ticked for me. It's not everyone's cup of tea, I get that. But like I say, I have always wanted one, and when this particular generation came out, I've got to have one of them at some point. I have absolutely got to have one of them. I love it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, I get that. We're all different. We all like different things. That's why there's a lot of different bikes out there. If we all bought the same thing, it'd be very, very boring. And you know, I've got so many friends with all different bikes, and I never, me personally, I never ever want to be one of them of, oh, what you got one of them for, it's junk and all that. I'll never do that. It's their choice, let them get on with it. That's just me. Anyway, drum roll, let's spin this camera round. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I can hear some people now. What on earth has he got one of them for? No, I wouldn't buy one of them. The company's going bust, and yeah, all them things are going through people's minds right now. Oh, they're not supposed to be very reliable. Yep. Oh, here's Blue. Blue's come to join. Are you finally got up, mate? Yeah, Blue's up. Hello, mate. Oh, he's trying to knock me off the stool. So yeah, there we go. That is a KTM 1290 Super Duke R. I don't know why they say 1290. I'm not sure if that's actually a model number. I know because some of you have watched for a while know I had a KTM dirt bike. That was a 520, and that was actually, from what I'm led to believe, a model number. So they've done the 520, the 525, the 530, but they were all 500cc. This, I think it's a 1301cc, something like that. It's not actually 1290. So I should really look that up, shouldn't I? Is it actually the model number? Why would you call it a 1290 when it's a 1300cc? I don't know. What's he doing? Are you all right down there, mate? Come for your morning fust, hey? So yeah, there we have it. I've always liked them ever since the Gen 1 came out, all them years ago. Then it went to Gen 2, and then this, which is a Generation 3. Which I totally fell in love with. I thought, oh wow, I really, really, really want one of them. Now I know there's a bit of controversy, especially with the company itself. Recently, it has, shall we say, experienced some problems, but that's not going to affect me. I'm in the second-hand market. It's out of its warranty and stuff like that. That makes no difference to me at the end of the day. Let's face it, KTM's going nowhere, is it? It's too much of a big monster. I do believe someone stepped in and dug very, very deeply into their pockets and cast out a lifeline for them. I don't know everything. I believe they're all back in production, all firing along and stuff like that. Someone's with very, very, very deep pockets has gone, there you go, get on with it. Not sure the ins and outs and the details, but that's basically it. And let's face it, KTM was never going to go anywhere. One of the big companies probably would have stepped in and saved the day anyway. It's too much of a big monster. And lots of companies have experienced trouble over the years. Not just KTM. Lots and lots and lots of companies. I believe BMW, the motorcycle side of things, weren't doing that brilliant. This is only what I've heard. Until two gentlemen off the telly box stepped in and had a little trip around the world. Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman. Yeah. Funny enough, a company called KTM turned them down. And that's how they ended up with BMW. So yeah, I don't know if KTM regret that. But if you look at it from their perspective, KTM were just cleaning up in the Dakar. They had the publicity they needed. The Dakar was just dominated by KTM. And I think their doubts were actually in the two guys, not the bike, whether they'd make it or not. And then obviously everyone would look at the bike if they didn't make it and say the bike didn't make it. So I think that was their doubts more towards Charlie Borman and Ewan McGregor, although Charlie I think had a little bit more riding experience. He was a little bit better, wasn't he? I think that's where their doubts were. Why risk this when we're doing so well in the Dakar? Back out, concentrate on the Dakar. I think that's sort of how it basically went. I don't know. People may know different to me. But yeah, there we are. I love it. I know it's not to everyone's taste. It's not everyone's cup of tea. People would be concerned that the company hasn't been too well at the moment. Like I say, this is a second-hand bike. It's well and truly out of its warranty and stuff like that. That doesn't affect me in the slightest. Parts will always be available. If you think about it, KTM don't actually make everything on this bike. They won't do the electrical side of things and stuff like that. They won't make the wheels and things like that. It'll be all different companies. KTM assemble. They will be stuff made in the factory. I really should look all this up, shouldn't I, and get some details on the bike that I own and get some knowledge about it. But yeah, so far so good. Yes, I know like a lot of things, there's been problems reported with these. That doesn't put me off, because do you know what? If I did have a problem with a bike, I'd fix it. Simple as that. Just fix it. But so far I have done about 600 miles on it. Thereabouts. It was a very low mileage bike. When I got it, it was just done 4,500 miles. So that gives me a lot of wriggle room to put loads of miles on it, which I will do. I am not one of these that like, oh, got to keep the miles down for the next owner. I'm enjoying this bike. I'm not saving it for the next owner, although I will look after it meticulously. I've cleaned it about 457 times so far. I am a bit obsessed with cleaning, if you've not already worked that out. And what I like about this bike, because of its low mileage, it is in brand new condition. And I guarantee you, if like the BMW, I end up owning this for about 5 years, this bike will still look like that in 5 years time. We'll have a closer look in a minute. I probably won't start it in this video because it is stupidly early. It's about, I don't know, 6:30 or something like that. So yeah, it's quite loud. Weirdly though, when I went has seen the bike. I've seen it at that exhaust can on it. I asked him if it's got the standard silencer, which it has, because I was worried on a long journey. Let's turn the camera around so you ain't got to keep looking at my ugly mug. Have a look at my ugly bike to some people. I think it's beautiful. So yeah, with the Leo Vince, whoever he is, on the exhaust pipe there, I was worried about how loud it was going to be on a long journey, because I remember many years ago I'd done a European trip on a GSXR with a full Akrapovic system on, and yeah, at night when I got off that bike and was trying to sleep, all I could hear ringing in my ears was that bike. After hours and hours and hours and hundreds of miles of it going in my ears, it was ringing in my ears. So since that happened to me, I've always been very careful with how noisy bikes are when I go on long trips. But weirdly, you start this bike up in here, it is absolutely thunderous. You think, oh dear, the neighbours are gonna not like you. But when you're going along, you can't hear it. When you're just, let's say, cruising along at 70 miles an hour, you can't hear it. It's very strange. I think because it's such a deep noise coming from that V, it's not like that sound pitch that gets in your head and makes your ears ring, which is great. At 70 miles an hour, this, what's it doing? About 3,500 RPM. It's nothing. It's just above ticking over. It's just thumping along, lovely, barely working. As like the BMW, that would be screaming at that speed. Not screaming as in struggling, it would be revving quite high. But this is just thump, thumping along nicely. So that ain't a bad thing. It saves me changing that exhaust pipe over for the trip that we've got coming very, very soon. But yeah, I am so happy with it, and to me that's all that matters. I love it. I love the styling of it. I love everything about it. I love how it rides. I love how it sounds. The performance is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I love it. And it's lovely because it's a proper little pussycat. You can just trundle around on it like a moped. It's very well behaved, very civilized. But when you crack that throttle, yeah, you best be holding on. It takes off. It's like being shot out of a gun. It is so much fun. It really is. We will do some, obviously I'll be doing a few videos on the road trip with me and Matthew, but I will do a video soon of going out. We'll go for a ride and you can hear it and stuff like that, I guess, if anyone's interested. I've actually got to go and get a tyre. So I got this for an extremely good price. Very, very good. It needs a back tyre. And we'll have a look at some of them bits I made in previous videos. We'll have a look at them in a minute. So yeah, I might go and get a back tyre today actually. That one's done. Apparently these do like to munch away on tyres, but I suppose that again it's down to how you ride. I'm not going to be caning this left, right and centre everywhere. I don't like to do that. I just, yeah, you have a bit of fun here and there, but I'm not going to wring its neck absolutely everywhere I go. I like to ride stuff with a bit of mechanical sympathy and look after my things. But yeah, we're definitely ready for a back tyre. Let's take a look at then a couple of bits that I made. So, remember me making that dog bone thing? That was for the exhaust pipe on this. The one that was on it, the Leo Vince one, whoever he is, it's absolutely terrible. Leo, your exhaust brackets, have a little look at them and redraw them and perhaps make something a bit prettier. I'll show you the old one in a minute. So that's the exhaust bracket that we made. this bit here where I spent pretty much most of the day putting that into shape. I've got little inserts in here so you can't see a nut stuck on the back of the top one, just to tidy things up a bit. Well, to me the exhaust should have been designed differently, so the actual bracket on it went straight to the bike, so we didn't have to have this big linkage in there. Ideally I'd love an Austin racing can on it, but that ain't happening just yet with the price of them, because they do fit really nice. Maybe, you know, my children, hey Dad, we'll get you one of them for your birthday. That'll never happen. No chance. I wouldn't expect them to do that anyway. They're quite pricey. So yeah, where's the standard one? There was a couple of things on this bike that niggled me when I got it, but I don't let that put me off buying anything. I just think, yeah, I can change that, I can sort that out, and then it'll be 100% tip top in my mind. So yeah, there's the one we made, and there's the one that was on it. I don't know, some people might like that, but I don't know, I just thought it looked really cheap and tacky. Like they've not even tried to make it nice. Let's just cut a strip out, stamp some holes in it, that'll do. Yeah, it just, I don't know, it didn't tie in well with the nice designs of like the footrest and stuff like that. So I made it so it was more in keeping in my head. So yeah, that had to go. The other one was the tail tidy. Again, each to their own. Oh, I've wrapped the tail tidy up now, I've sold it. I'll put it on here. It had an RNG tail tidy on, and I didn't like it that much. So yeah, I took it off and got one. Again, was a lot more in keeping with the design of the bike. The RNG one was like a folded frame. That one's all nicely shaped and moulded. It's actually alloy, that is aluminium. I've got the indicators right in at the minute. I've took the extenders out, which you can do, and they've right in, because obviously there's going to be luggage going on this bike soon, and I needed to tuck them in, so they're quite inboard at the minute, the indicators, which is, you know, it's only for the trip, and then I'll put the spacers back in and get them back out. But it's, like I say, it's just if we look down on top, it's just to clear the luggage. Next thing, the carbon fibre bit. What was that for then? So that, let me get this. Hold on, I'm gonna have a quick slurp of tea. Got a dry throat. Look at the bike while I'm slurping. Nice. Bit of Yorkshire's finest. Anyway, the carbon fibre bit is here. As you can see that. There we go. So there, I'm not going to take it all off, but have a look at a picture of one on the internet or something, unless I can find one and bring it up. Is the quick shifter sensor. It just looked exposed, and you got the two wires coming out of it, which you can see the colour of the wires, red and green, or red and black, or whatever it was, but you can see the wires with this sensor with two bolts in there, and my eye kept drawing to it. I thought, I need to hide that, it doesn't look very good. So yeah, we done that carbon fibre, which completely hides it. Just a little simple sort of carbon fibre plate, and the unsightly shifter sensor has gone, disappeared. Yeah, let's have a close look. You can see what amazing condition it is. It's a 2020, by the way, so it's 5 years old. It is like brand new. I weren't 100% keen on these that have been put on it. So there's a few bits from what's called, I think it's the Power Sport range that KTM do, and like, I weren't so keen on this, but yeah, I'm learning to live with it. It's growing on me a little bit. I think I'll prefer to see them, maybe in the future I might get them blacked but cerakoted properly. I don't know. Yeah, I suppose it breaks the wheel up a little bit. I don't know. It's not of great importance at the moment. You know, it ain't making me gag or anything like that. We've discussed, so I'll leave them at the minute. But I've pretty much got everything to how I want it, with the tail tidy, that bracket on the exhaust, the little carbon fibre plate to hide the shifter sensor. Yeah. And when I was looking for one, I absolutely wanted the black with the orange frame. So obviously they do a different, well, several colour choices. They do one where it's all orange, they do one where it's all black with a black frame, I do believe. I wanted the orange frame and all the black bodywork, and yeah, I found one. I had to travel all the way down to Devon for this, and yeah, I was very happy when I arrived and seen the condition of the bike. Don't get me wrong, when I got it back, I done a me clean, one of my cleans, and spent several hours getting all the little bits of dust off it and everything. And it's such an enjoyable bike to clean. That probably sounds crazy, but everything is quite easy to get at, to keep clean, which is lovely. You can see most of the engine. I can get all around that. I can get my hand in places and get my hand all up the front to clean all in there. I know it's going to be an ongoing thing, keeping that exhaust that clean, which I do every time I've used it. So it doesn't get all that nasty crud building up and baking onto the exhaust. So every time I've used the bike, I'll give that a Scotch Brite over, keep it nice and bright. Yeah, you can get into quite a lot of areas quite easily. It is a joy to clean. It is. That's one of the KTM Power Sport range seats, which was already on it. I'll say these caps were already on it. That was, them wheel caps were already on it. These covers were already on it. We've got the posh dash and sort of PlayStation type controls, which some people don't like, but I quite like them. They're quite trick. I just love it. Some bits are scary on it, I've got to admit, with electronics and stuff, and let's face it, they're probably not got the best history with electronics, like a lot of European bikes. Yeah, it's keyless. Well, it has got a key. Let me get that, which I've never had before. I've always just like, you can't beat a good old-fashioned key. Put your key in, turn it round and start your bike up. So I'm just getting used to this modern technology. It probably isn't that modern actually, is it? It's probably been out for a while, but this is a first for me, having this keyless thing. So you've got to obviously be right by the bike, and then you press a button and the bike comes into life. The steering lock is also electronic, which, ooh, that made me cringe for a little while, but I'm sort of getting a little bit of trust in it now. You have to stand there, hold a button, you can hear zzz as it throws a little bar into the steering lock. Oh, I don't know. What if that fails? You're stuck with your steering lock on. And then the petrol cap is also got like an electronic release on it, which you have to do within so many seconds of stopping the bike. So this keyless thing, that may take me a little while to gain trust in it, and yeah, it's all a bit odd to me at the moment. I've always had to stick keys in things the good old-fashioned way, that's tried, tested and proven, and very rarely fails. All this electronic funny gadget noises going on, pressing buttons, yeah, it's going to take me a little while to get used to that, I will admit. Now, some people will go, no, that's no good, you can't ride that, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's not. It is immensely comfortable. It really is surprisingly comfortable. I have loads of room on it. It's quite a large bike. It's quite tall, which gives me a lot of leg room. See, with these, it's different. Like the BMW that I had, and several other of what they call hyper naked bikes. I don't know. I haven't called them that. Someone else has turned hyper naked. I don't know. They're born from sports bikes. So like the BMW I had, came from the double R. Your Ducati V4S is come from the Panigale. So they've pretty much got the same setup as the sports bikes, as in your ankles are stuck up your backside to a certain degree. This has not been born out of a sports bike at all. It's completely sort of standalone. I think possibly there's sort of aiming more towards an absolute bonkers sort of supermoto-ish type thing. So you've really sat up on it and your legs ain't like folding back up your backside. I say I've done about 600 miles on it so far, and I'm very, 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 very happy and comfortable. I can just keep going and going and going without all the pain starting to start going up from my knee into my hip and all that. I've done fairly decent stints on it without having to take my foot off the pegs and stretch my legs out. Just sat there comfortable. It's probably more sort of similar to the XT660 actually, sort of riding position. Yeah, very happy with it. I can certainly, I know I'm going to be able to just sit on that and just ride all day long. I could do that on the BM, but as you get older and all your old injuries start haunting you a little bit more each year, that I've got to admit, the last time I rode the BM, I was a little experienced a little bit of discomfort on there for the first time in 5 years. But hey-oh, I would have ploughed through if I had to. But yeah, I am very, very comfortable on it. Anyway, let's take a look at the dash on it. Again, this to me is all new, these fancy dashboards. I'm still getting used to the menus on it and stuff like that. I'm getting there, but it's very posh, very posh. Let's have a look. So yeah, I've got the key in my pocket. Ready to race. It's low on fuel, there's a thing. Oh, I can knock that out by pressing that. And it's also got a night mode on there. I'm not sure where the light sensor is. It goes a lovely orange colour. You can actually put it in that permanent. There we go, look. Very nice. But yeah. It's all very posh. Oh, got my I-beam on, look. There we are. Back into light mode. This little triangle, obviously all this goes off when you ride. The triangle won't go off at the minute because that's giving me a low fuel indication. You fill that up and that disappears. We've got tyre pressure sensors and all that business. As you can see, we're in sports mode, which is where it'll stay. Although, let's turn it off a minute. I've never really had it before. I went out on this Saturday and I got caught out in the rain. It's quite an interesting bike in the rain. I never ever have I thought before, maybe I should put this in rain mode. I didn't, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, it's a bit of a brutal bike if you're not very careful on the throttle. It's very, yeah, it'll take off in an instant. It's got that big V-twin torque that is, like like I say, like being shot out of a gun when you twist that throttle. I think it's just shy of 180 horsepower, 140 newton meters of torque. Yeah, it's quite a thing, but it don't have to put a smile on your face, which is the main thing. But like I said earlier, it is like a little pussycat. You can ride it like a moped. It's very, very well behaved. It's surprising, actually. It's all round. If you want to just tootle around, it's fantastic. If you want a bit of fun, it will do that in bucket loads. It really will. Let's have a look at the front. Again, the design of this bike, it's not to everybody's taste. I get that. I like stuff that's a bit different. You know, I really do. Like a lot of the European stuff, they dare to be different. Like Ducati, MV Agusta and all that. Some of their bikes are crazy, and I personally, I love them. They're just jumping out the box a little bit and making things a little bit different. I like that. Some people don't. But the lights are pretty good at night, to be honest with you. I've got no complaint at that, really. They're all good. Got this teeny tiny little screen, which surprisingly, it's all right. Sitting around 70 mile an hour, I don't find it a problem at all. Some people get really giddy about wind noise and being beat around a bit by the wind on bikes. I like that. I've bikes with fairings that I've owned, you could probably count on one hand. So I don't mind all that. I don't mind all them experiences being battered around a little bit. But this ain't too bad. Like I say, you'll sit at 70 and it's very relaxing and pleasant. It really is. So one of the only other things I would like to change over time on this bike, and something that's always been the same on all KTMs, the off-road bikes, everything, even Husqvarnas, it's the same on them, is the fixings, the nuts and bolts. They have this like funny coating on them that it looks tired very quickly. It's dull. Not powdery, but the fixings have a funny coating that I'm not a massive fan of. And over time, I'd like to change all them. We'll do it eventually. So on the little carbon fibre cover that I made, I went all out and posh and bought titanium bolts for it because they were a nice shiny black. I didn't buy them because they were titanium. I bought them because they were a nice shiny black finish. That's it. That's the only reason. I'm not trying to make the bike lighter. That doesn't interest me in the slightest, because I sort of cancel all that out when I get on it. It doesn't matter how light I make it. When I sit on it, all that's out the window. So yeah, I bought these really, really nice shiny black bolts for them. And eventually I'd like to go through the engine, changing all these standard KTM ones. They just, I don't know, they just look tired so quickly. I know the GoPro's absolutely rubbish at close-ups, but they've got this funny finish to them that it doesn't look new and fresh, if you know what I mean. I think black bolts on this would look loads better. You know, on all the bits I can change them. Mainly all the 6mm engine ones, actually. I've already popped one of these out one at a time to get the measurements of the lengths on the clutch side of things here. Pretty much all these are 35mm long. I think in the clutch there's a 95mm, a 90, a 85. So yeah, over time I may change that. Obviously that's not cheap with titanium, but they got that lovely gloss black shiny finish, which I really like. So I will do it over time. I'll probably just pick out sections of the engine. Right, I'll get all them this month, and then the following month I'll get all them for the water pump, and eventually go through the lot. We will see. We will see. It's like with everything. You get a new bike and you do all these little things on it to make it your own. I know I do, and no doubt a lot of you guys do. You just do your own little personal touches to it because it makes you happy and puts a smile on your face, which is the main thing, is what it's all about. Like I say, this is not everybody's cup of tea. I get that 100%, but for me, I do not put anyone's choices down. As you can probably imagine, I have all sorts of weird and wonderful bikes turn up here with people visiting, and I like to go and see them all. It's got 2 wheels, that's all that matters to me, and if the owner likes it, that again is all what matters. But some people do like to sort of trance people for their choices, don't they? Put them down. But hey, each to their own. Each to their own. That's their choice. So yeah, there it is. We will go a ride out on it pretty soon. I'll say I'm going to see what time I've got today. Actually, I've got to go and get a back tyre on it. I got the bike at the right price to allow for all this. There's people going to be saying, how much did you pay for that? I'm going to keep up family tradition. My dad hated that. He found it extremely rude. This is my dad. And if anyone asked my dad what he paid for anything, his response was a fair price. That's all you'd get out of him. So yeah, I got this for a fair price. Keeping up family tradition. There you go. I love it. Absolutely love it. So, I know it's probably going to cause mixed opinions, which is absolutely fine. I know I'm going to get, what you got one of them for? They're rubbish. I'm probably going to get them. There'll be people that understand, fantastic, have fun with it and all that. I'm guessing things here, I'm predicting. Just for a bit of fun. I don't mind people's opinions, I really don't. Everybody's entitled to them, and everybody's different, and everybody's got different taste. There's one response that I really like doing, because I've had it over the years with some of my choices, where people will go, what on earth you got one of them for? They're rubbish, or whatever, or they've read some fault on the internet somewhere that someone's written. That's another thing. A lot of people will only turn to the internet to moan about something. They won't turn to the internet to spout off how great things are. They'll always turn to the internet to highlight problems. Anyway, I've had people over the years, you know, with some of my bike choices, like, oh, they're rubbish, you heard about this, you heard about that. I wouldn't have had one of them. And I'll go, what problems did you have with yours? And more or less their response is, well, I've never had one. Case closed. Job done. You've never had one, but you're moaning about it. It's just a bit of silly fun. So yeah, next thing, luggage. So obviously we are taking off on a huge adventure, me and Mr. Hudson, very soon. Some people are probably looking at this bike going, oh God, where's he going to put all his luggage? Initially, I bought some Oxford panniers, which are down here. Brand new. Label still on. Absolutely brand spanking new, perfect condition. They are now on my eBay. They're really pretty bags, actually. They're very nice. Very nice. The platinum edition or something like that, or whatever they are. So if someone's after some fancy nice luggage, these are now on my eBay. They're all there. They have the rain covers inside, the shoulder straps, the lot. They got bungees inside, everything. Everything's all complete as they were. Like I say, they've never been used, they're brand new. because I had a change of plan. What I've got to stop doing is looking at the internet. I have got to stop opening my laptop and type in KTM 1290 Super Duke R and trawling through everything. I've stopped it now. I'm not doing it again. Not for a very, very long time. Because I done that the other day and came across a proper custom fit luggage system for this bike, which again was very, very, very cheap. Basically the whole luggage system was the price of what you'd pay for the bag on top. I thought, oh no. I kept umming and ahhing over it, like no, I can't, I shouldn't really be doing this. Then a friend came round saying, you know, typical friends, you're crazy if you let that go. At least with all that system, you know, your luggage is all safe and all that. And, you know, he's right. He's very right. I know myself, I've been going down the motorway, I'm seeing a bag at the side of the road that's flew off a bike. Not very often, but I have seen it. But I've got to go and get it. I'll figure out the recovery process afterwards. So I went and got it. Again, a fair price, and it really was. Like I say, the whole system was the price of what you pay for the bag, the one bag on the top. I'm probably not going to use the bag on top. I'll probably just use the panniers because I like to travel as light as possible. So it comes with this frame. Let's lift that up. It comes with all this framework, all custom fit to the bike. All the bolts. The guy had used this once, literally used it once, and yeah, so this is like brand new. So this all bolts nicely to the bike. You can see why I took the spaces out my indicators now. You can still see the indicators obviously from the rear of the bike, which I'm good with. So all this fits on there. And then all the panniers, I won't get it all out now, you'll see that soon. I'll do a video on that, of getting ready for the big trip. Yeah, we'll do a little video on that, of all the bits and bobs I'm taking and the luggage system for the bike. So yeah, them frames go on, and the panniers just basically click and lock, which is fantastic. And they're all very, very nice looking, they're all modern looking, and properly designed for this particular bike. So yeah, if anybody's after some fancy platinum panniers, they're on eBay. My eBay, I've got a few things on eBay just to try and top the last bit of the trip money up a little bit. So whatever I sell on eBay now is going to get converted to petrol, and petrol converts to smiles and miles. That's all the items on my eBay at the minute. Oh, got another 50 cal on there. I'm doing the sales spiel now. Sorry if that upsets people. I know it does for some reason. I got another mighty 50 cal on there. People seem to love these things. They do take a lot of time to make. I do put a lot of effort into these, making them all nice and pretty. So one of them's on there with a few stickers. Yeah, I've got that's the XT660, that's on there. Yeah, there's a few bits and bobs. Like I say, that Oxford luggage is on there. I've even put the screen off the old BM on there. Someone might, it's got a lot of history, that screen has. I've put it on for 99p. If it gets 99p, it's obviously, I've now retired it. There's a lot of history and fun that screen has been through. It's still got all the European muck all over it. I've never cleaned it, weirdly, with my fetish for cleaning. But it's got, is that the Austrian tax? I think, yeah, I think that's the Austrian tax disc. Or is it the Swiss one? I think that's the oh, this no, they're not the same, are they? I think that's the Austrian tax disc, and some weird and wonderful stuff. Ypres, the Mine Gate, Kalstein House, the Eagle's Nest. It's done 2 trips over the Grossglockner, and this weird badge here. I don't know what that is, but I stuck it on anyway. And there's another one there. No one's got one of them ones, I don't think, or have they? I don't know, I didn't have many of them done. I should have more of them done, but bigger. So yeah, that screen has got a lot of history behind that. That's had a lot of fun and seen a lot of places. And I thought someone might hang that up in their man cave, or better still, make a little lamp out of it. Yeah, I'd like to see that. If you win it for 99 pence, that 99 pence will go towards some fuel. And if you could make a little stand for it, put a light bulb behind it and have it in your man cave. If it does one of them weird things where it does really well, I'll try and throw something else in it. I don't know what I've got. But I think I said on the advert, whoever has that, if it does sell, it might not, and then I'll hang it up in here or throw it in the bin or whatever. You're welcome to come and spend some time here, drink all my tea, bring a few of your mates, have a half a day here or whatever, or the day, and toodle off with your screen and go and make a man cave lamp out of it. That's what I thought anyway. So yeah, there's a few things going on my eBay at the minute just to try and replenish and top up the travel funds. As you do. Anyway, I think that'll do. So there we have it. I'll await the jokes in the comments and the why you done that, what you got that for. My mate had loads of trouble with one of them, and yeah, all that business. Like I said earlier, you know, if something breaks on it, I fix it. It's no trouble. It really isn't. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I can't wait to go on this big trip on it. The miles I've done so far, I've enjoyed every single second on it. Every second. It does everything I like out of a bike. It's light, it's nimble, and it goes really, really well. I'm not ready for the slower granddad bikes just yet. Again, each to their own. I'm still childish. I still like a little bit of fun. And that's got it in bucket loads. Anyway, cheers for watching, guys. Take care.